If you live in Michigan and you play any kind of pick 3 lottery, then this video is for you. I'm going to show you how to use the L Numeris lottery strategy generators to see which ones work for your state. All right. In this video, I'm going to show you the 730 rundown for your pick 3, and we're going to see if it's a good generator for your state. Okay. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to open up the L Numeris. If you have a subscription already, if you already have a login, log in now and do this along with me on a desktop or another device so you can see it for yourself. Okay. So the way we're going to do this is we're going to pick our state, which is Michigan. Once you sign on and you select your state, it'll populate automatically for you, so you don't have to do this all the time. You set up your state in the beginning when you first create your account, then this will always be set to your state. But you can pick for other states if you play online, and you can do it that way too. You can pick a state randomly. Like, for example, if I want to do Minnesota, I would change and I would get Minnesota's number. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and stay where we're at. I think we're in Michigan. All right, so today's the 24th, so we see 399 came out. So I believe there's time for you guys to do your night draw. But what we're going to do in this one is we're going to find out if this is a good generator for your state. All right, the way we're going to test this generator to see if it's good, we're using the short form, the pick 730 pick 3 short form. We have another 730, it's longer one, and it generates numbers. This one just has a static pattern that you can choose from. So let's see if this works. Okay, here we go. So the way we're going to check to see if this generator works for your state is we're going to go back, and in my case, I'm going to show you this example using, start from the 16th. So from the 16th, we're going to see 17th, 18th through today, how many of these numbers came out using this generator, if that makes sense. If you understand, just say so in the comment. And before I go any further, can I ask you to hit the thumbs up and like and subscribe, help us build up this channel, because it helps me and it helps you. Okay, and yes, I do play the lottery in New Jersey, and it affords me the opportunity to build this generator and this site and this channel to share with you. You know, it's a hobby, so I enjoy doing it. That's why I'm doing it, and I do win when I play. So I'm just sharing this with you so you don't gatekeep. Share with others, and let's keep the momentum going. Let's get some wins here. All right, as I said, we're going to use the 16th, and we're going to pick, this way it works. So you tap the date on your phone or on your screen, wherever you're doing it, and it's going to give you this. So we're going to start with the midday of the 16th, and we're going to see if the evening came out, and then we're going to go through the 17th to the rest, to the rest of the week. So when we select that, we're going to use the midday, and we'll see that it populated here 662, and we're going to click generate rundown. This is going to help us figure out if it's good for our state. So right now we see that the hit sum is 5 and 6. That means that's the area we're going to look. All right, and the mirror is 0 and 1 of that hit sum. Okay, and then we got to know the day sum, which is the for this example, it'll be the day plus the month. So 8 and 4 is what? 12, if my count is right. We dropped the first number, so we're looking for 2s. See that 2 in that grid up there is highlighted? That's doing that, and the mirror to the 2 is a 7. So the 2 and the 7, and we're going to be looking for that 5, 0 and 5, and 1 and 6. That's going to help you figure out where to go. Okay, so if I didn't confuse you, then that's where we're going to. You'll see it in a minute if it's not clear. Hopefully, if not, let me know I confused you in the comments. All right, so we put our number 662. So let's see if that 662 is in the grid. It says it found it 4 times. See 662? And I just tapped that to open and close it. So I found it 4 times. So far, so good, Michigan. So far, so good. Because it's saying it found it 4 times. Now what it's going to do is when we hit next, it's going to show us how. See? 612. So this is where the mirror numbers come in, and knowing your flips too. This is where it comes in, because it's not coming in, and it might come in as 662 just like you see it, but it also is coming in using the mirror numbers. You see that line going through it? That's showing you how in lottery the number can change. This is important because we're going to see if this generator has a lot of different combinations. It's showing you, it's teaching you, when you see 662, you should be looking for 1, 2s, and 6s. all over your grid. Look at another one. Oh, let me hit it right. It could come out like that. So that number right there is still 662. Are you guys following me? That's 662 with the line through it. Same thing. That's 662 because the 7 is a 2. Let me break it down for you if you don't understand. When we talk about mirror numbers, mirrors are the number plus 5. 0 plus 5 is 5. 1 plus 5 is 6. 2 plus 5 is 7. 3 plus 5 is 8. 4 plus 5 is 9. That's where you get the mirror number. So whenever you see a 0, it could be a 5. Wherever you see a 1, it could be a 6. Wherever you see a 2, it could be a 7, a 3, an 8, a 4, or 9. Okay? That's basically what it's telling you. So that's why we see it in different ways. Now you might see the same cluster. Now if you look at the screen right now and you see the 952, you see the 063 going across 171, that is telling me clearly that any numbers that I play, I should be looking at that square right there, that grid right there, that cluster right there, all used interchangeably. That's where most of my numbers are going to sit for the rest of the week in my mind. But we're going to try to prove that going through these numbers. Okay, so here we go. That we know that 662 is there, and it found it 4 out of 4 times. If you look between the previous and the next in this area, it found all 4 of them. And if you just navigate back, if you got yours open, you could do this yourself. I'm showing you how to research, how to strategize. All right, showing you where to look. Okay, so now let's go forward. Ready? We did the 662. Let's see if the 931, the evening draw, is in there. Now, you're not guaranteed to have them all, but that's why we're doing this. We're trying to see if this one is a good generator, if the 730 short form is good for my state. So let's go here, because I get a lot of, does this work here? Does it work for my state? I'm showing you how to research it, to find it for yourself. 931 came out 3 times. Let's see how it is in the path. So we see that's 341. Right there in that grid, what I just say. It's right there. Let's see if it's still there. Still touching it. And that's what you want to look for. I'm okay with 3 paths, but the principle here is that it's actually showing up for this state. So we got hits in there. So we got 2 hits so far. All right, let's just check here the 17th. I said we were going to go through 277 midday. Did that number show up in this grid? Let's see. Nah, no good. All right, no problem. Let's check the 279. Check it in the grid. It found it 1 time, but it's still connected to where we're saying in our area. On the bottom line, I said the 952, 063, 174. It's there, but it's okay. We know it's there. Okay, let's go forward. So we said we did 279. All right, let's look at 902. Let's look at the midday. 902, check the generator, check to see if it came out. Okay, 4 times. Pretty good. It's there. See, it's in that grid, 952. Look at it, still in that same cluster. 907, it's right there. See how it's going in different forms? This is telling you other numbers you could play. So when you pick a number in your head, you need to come and check the mirror grid, or check here, put that number in here if you want to. And you should see how many different variations of that number there are. And maybe you go and play those numbers, because clearly it's going to come out. Now, here's what you need to pay attention to. The 952, this 063, 174, we just saw from the previous days that these numbers came out in that same cluster. They came out different forms, right? 301. Let's check the evening number. Check the grid. The 301 there, 5 paths. We see it in the top because it's using the 730, which is fine. Let's see where else is at. Okay, 851, 158, 581, 185, all different combinations. Let's see how else it came out. Found it 3 more times. Where's it connected to? The 063, right? It's still there, and that's still touching that cluster. This one as well, still touching that cluster. But you're seeing how that 301 can come out. It's 153, right? 5th time, right on that cluster with the 063. So this is so far, this 730 could work. I would try other generator short forms to see which ones come out better. But this is just showing you, yes, I could probably get some wins out of this one here. Okay, I'm gonna show you something at the end that's gonna blow your mind too, that you could use. All right, so we did the 301. Let's try it the 19th, the evening. Check the grid. 8 paths found. So this is a really good one. So this generator is really working for this one. Let's see how many where they found it. Here, see it here, 598. See it? See it? So it's all over the place. This is a good generator. Hold on. All right, so what we proved here is that this number will come out. This number is here to 598 came out, and it came out 8 times, and we see that it's still in that same cluster. So you're doing good there. So the next one we want to change, what did we say? We said 598. That was on the 20. So if we look, we see the 248. Let's just do that. And that was the midday. We're going to check the grid again. And then we can see it found 6 paths. And let's check where it's at. So we see it there. See the different forms? It's right there in the different forms. All you got to do is look at the numbers and start remembering to use your mirror number grid to try to remember what they are. And you see we only use the 662. We didn't do any other generations. We only used the one generation. So that worked out for us, and it's 6 times in here. Okay. All right, let's check the next one. That is going to be, what did we say? We did 248, and that is on the 19th. So we're going to go to 20. Again, we're using Michigan in this one. So let's do the 20th, and we're going to look at the midday. Let's start with the midday of 618. So we're going to put that in the grid, and it found it 2 times. Again, we're still in the game here if we look at it, because the 063, the 952, 063, and 174, that's still our target area. That's, let's say, the map where we should be looking at for all of our plays, because the majority of our plays have been in that cluster. Map, cluster, square, they're all used interchangeably. They're all saying the same exact thing, right? All right, so we found 2 of those. Still a great candidate for Michigan. All right, so let's continue down. We did 618, and now let's use the 21st, and let's try the 561. I can tell you right now, it's probably a 561. We use it here. 3 paths found, and again, you see these numbers are still, they're coming out all the time in the same area. Michigan, this is a good play for you for this week now. All right, watch what I'm doing. Stay with me, don't fade. 952, 063, 174. You see it clearly. All right, for that 561. Every day for that week, we see our numbers are coming out. Let's use the next one. 638. I already see that 638 is going to be there, but let me prove it. Here we go. Check the grid. 1 path, but I saw it already as soon as it came out, because I know the mirrors to it. 831. That's okay that it came out one time. That's fine. But we know that we have a generator that we can go to start off with. What do we do? 638. Okay, so let's do the 22nd, and let's look at. Did I skip one? All right, 638. I did 561 already. I think I did. Let's say we did it already, and let's move to the 22nd. 205, check. 2 times, but look where that 205 came out. Right between the 952, the 063, 17. Same cluster, same thing. It's there, and we saw it twice. Same cluster. You see it, 952, 063. That's our cluster. See how we know where the map is? We should be playing there. All right, let's go to the next day, which is the 23rd. And let's look to see if 265 is there. Let's check the grid. 265, 8 times. Okay, so we see it there. Are you starting to see how the mirror numbers work? Because that 265 is exactly 012. We can see exactly that. Let's just keep going down. 152, 512, 215. It's all in that same cluster. Okay, again, we're back in that same map area. The 952, the 063, the 174, we're still in that area, and we got 8 paths of it. So if we look, still in that same thing, all week long that number has been there. We just went through the whole week, and we seen that whole thing is still there, still in the same area. Look at that. Same thing, 952, and I'm saying those numbers line by line. If you're looking at that area, 952, 063, 174, they're stacked. That is your target area. Okay? 8 paths found. This is a good generator for you guys. All right, so let me go so we can wrap this up. We did 265, and let's do 845. Check the grid on that one. 845 is a really good draw here. You see, we're seeing it up top again, right? But if we go through, I bet you it winds up in that same map area. Look, here we go. Let's see. I could be wrong. But actually, that could be the week coming up. Now, see, what that is telling me right now, as I understand how these grids work, is we're seeing 845 come up, right? But here's the thing: that 845 is starting off a new week, so that could be a hint to say that this is the area of the map you need to be in for this week. 841952063. See, it moved up because what I was just doing for last week was 952063174. So maybe your target for this week is going to be 841952063 because there's 8 of those. That's a good signal, right? Let's see how many other ways it came out. So that's 6 of 8 we saw. Then it moved down, which is fine. And it's down here too. Okay, but we know it might be. I'm not making any laws here. I'm just saying that it could be. All right, let's just see. And this is the last one we'll do. The 399. We're going to check the grid for the 399. And we found 3 of those. But look where it's at. Where did I say it would be at? See? This week you should be in 8419520. Look, let's see where else. It's right there. So I just gave you the playbook here for this week, the week of the 23rd from Michigan. You should be in that area. So whatever plays you have that you're thinking of, you should be looking in this area here where this is working at for Michigan. All right. Now here's the other little nugget that I was going to give you. Whatever number you put in, you could look down here in related combinations and get some ideas for your picks. So the ones that are highlighted will probably be a good play for you guys if you're confused. But if you are looking in where I'm telling you to look for your state for this week coming up, 841952063. If you're playing in this area, it might be good for you. All right, it's not a prediction I'm doing, it's just a strategy, which is what L Numeris Lottery Strategies is. It shows you how to strategize and play smarter, more responsible with your plays. All right, use the related combinations. The explanations are at the bottom. That's it for now. I'm getting out of here, and come back after your drawing and let me know in the comments if you played and if you won. Don't lie, be honest, but you're on the right path if you're here. A lot of people don't figure this out. They think they should hit because they are invested like that. That sounded crazy. Get the generator and do what I'm doing and you'll see some results. I'm betting on it. Ha ha. Alright, I'll see you guys on the other side. Good luck.